Hey, and welcome back to Bain's Bites. I'm Bain. A little while back I showed you how I like to do my ribs. Around 4th of July we did my firecracker ribs and they were great. But it's been a while, I've been craving ribs again. We want to do something a little bit different. So for today we're doing kind of a sweet and a savory Asian style rib. So like I showed you last time, I took the membrane off the back of a good rack of baby back ribs. I used Church Honey Hog rub as a base, and then to that, in an empty shaker bottle, I added things like oregano, cumin, coriander, a little bit of rub sage, celery seeds, some ginger. All the listed ingredients will be in the description below, and you can see how I mixed it up and threw it into this little bottle. But we're going to do it just like we did last time. We're going to take our rack, we're going to put a light seasoning on both top and bottom. We'll let it sit and sweat in for a few minutes. So we've got the Traeger fired up to 250 degrees, and we'll throw them on the grill. So we're going to get these ribs on the Traeger at 250 degrees. We're going to let them run meat side up for about an hour, hour and a half, and then start checking them. We're looking for a good color. All we're going for in this first phase, uncovered, is a good color. After an hour and a half, we'll go look at them. We may spritz them with a little bit of apple juice or apple cider vinegar or even water, whatever you want to use. And we're going to make sure we keep them somewhat moist so they don't dry out too much. Once we get that good color, we'll pull them off. We'll bring them in here and we'll wrap them up. So it's been about 3 hours. You can see the ribs have really set well. They've got a good color, a good bark. What we're gonna do is I've got, again, 2 pieces of thick, heavy-duty aluminum foil in case one breaks or tears through. We're gonna put some brown sugar down, a little bit of butter. We're gonna add a little bit of honey, a little bit of soy sauce, and a little bit of sesame oil to just kind of help integrate that Asian flavor we're going for. So as usual, now I've got our ribs placed down on all the goodness down below. I'm going to pull these little black crispy pieces off the ends of the bones. Just kind of clean up the presentation a little bit. We'll get them tossed. Get these wrapped up tight and back on the Traeger at 250 degrees until they're nice and tender. Then we'll pull them off, we'll add some sauce and glaze them, and we'll dig in and see how we did. So while our ribs are out on the Traeger in the foil wrap, we're going to let those tenderize, but we're going to whip up a little bit of glaze here. Keep it simple. A little sweet, a little savory. We've got some sweet chili sauce. We're going to use that as our base. Probably a 1/4 cup of this. I'm going to add a little bit of Hoisin sauce, which is a sweet plum sauce. Maybe 1.5 tablespoons, something like that. We're going to add about 1 tablespoon of lime juice. We're going to get some Ponzu sauce, which is kind of like a soy sauce, but it's got a citrus flavor to it. Maybe 1 tablespoon of that. And finally, just a splash of natural rice vinegar. Maybe 1 teaspoon. We'll grab a whisk, whisk this up. That looks good. We'll throw this in the fridge and let this all come together while the ribs soften up, and then we'll pull those off and glaze them with this and put them back on the Traeger. So the ribs have been on the Traeger at 250 degrees for about an hour and a half, and I went out and checked them and they're right where I want them. So let's open them up and I'll show you what we're working with. All right, you can see the bones have pulled back. They smell amazing, all that brown sugar and sesame oil. You can smell that coming through. We're going to put them back on the grill, meat side up, give them a good brush, and we'll let them glaze for 15 or 20 minutes just to set that up, get them good and shiny, then we'll see how they taste. Alright, well you can see the glaze set up. It's good and tacky, it's shiny. Oh, it smells so good. It's such a fun twist on an American classic. All we can do now is slice in and see how we did. Now these are fall off the bone tender. That is incredible. That's such a unique twist on such a classic. Sweet, savory, sticky goodness, fall off the bone tender. These are incredible. A really fun way to do something different. If you like the video, hit like. Be sure to subscribe to the channel to see what we're doing. And as always, y'all have a great day. These are something different. I love these. I'm gonna eat a bunch of these.